Breaking news in the charts. Bitcoin's price continues to fall lower and lower and lower, causing people to absolutely freak out. But there's a problem. There's a lot of lies being spread on social media as to why Bitcoin's price is crashing. These lies are going to hurt you and they need to stop now. In today's video, I'm going to unveil exactly why Bitcoin's price is crashing based on facts in the charts. And more importantly, will it go back up? But we have a bigger problem. Because when Bitcoin's price is crashing further and further, there is a huge warning sign in the charts that things could get much worse. Take a look. This candle that we're in right now has the power to really cause some blood in the streets. We're gonna get to that. And then take a look at the middle of our screen. RSI on the weekly chart, breaking through this yellow line and crashing through this white line. We have some major developments that we need to unveil here. Bottom of our screen, stochastic RSI, our momentum, looking like a very strong cross to the downside. We've got to cover that. And then our huge indicator that we've been watching, major curvature happening in that chart as well. And then the star of the show, this monthly candle has the power to change everything for Bitcoin. We need to get to that as well. Buckle up, things are really heating up. Welcome, I'm Steve. Here we deliver honest, sponsorship-free TA with genuine value. Subscribe for a no BS approach that actually helps you. Subscribe. CryptoCrewUniversity.com. Scroll down here, huge discounts. Course bundle. Many of my students have become millionaires. Why? In the course bundle, you get my personal trading strategy. You want to be a day trader, swing trader, or buy and hold. The course bundle will change your life. Use it with Bitcoin, any altcoin, any stock, anything that has a chart for the rest of your life. Indicator bundle. You want the answers to the test? The indicator bundle sends you buy and sell alerts directly to your phone or email. Simple and easy. Financial Freedom Academy. If you're serious about financial freedom, there's nothing like this in the world. Step by step, how to use crypto to gain financial freedom. Sign up now, CryptoCrewUniversity.com. Now, here we are on the Bitcoin US dollar index. We are on the weekly chart and we've got a lot to cover. The market is on complete fire right now. People are freaking out. What I want you to do first is just take a deep breath. I never want you to get too sad on the way down. I never want you to be too excited on the way up. The ones that remain level-headed will make all of the money and let the herd overreact to everything. But we've got to get to what's happening in our candle here, as well as the RSI, as well as the stochastic RSI. But let's take a stance. Let's zoom out for a moment and understand where we were at, right? Let's look at the RSI. On the weekly chart, remember the RSI is overbought, oversold. Remember, the RSI was at one of the highest levels that we had been at in years, right? Look at this level. It's been years since our market cycle top that we were up there. And I told you many times, you can count on your hands how many times we had been that overbought in Bitcoin's history. Now, I know everybody said, hey, this time is different, Steve. The ETF, we're going to be pumping. Bitcoin is going to keep pumping. But when Bitcoin was sitting pretty above $73,000 and everyone was calling for higher prices, this time is different. We said a crash was coming. Roll the clip. Attention cryptocurrency investors and traders. There is a major correction coming to the crypto space that will take the world by storm and surprise most, but it's going to present one of the best buying opportunities of this bull run if you've missed out so far. So on that day, Bitcoin above 73,000. Everybody's saying, hey, this time is different. We're going to keep going higher. The charts were screaming that we needed a correction. And here we are. So if you look at the RSI on the weekly scale and you zoom out and you say, okay, the weekly chart for the RSI got up to 88. Well, how many times in history have we really done that? Not many. Right? It was the one time at the market cycle top. It was these two times, which is the market cycle top here and right before the top. It was these two times, which is right before the market cycle top and the top. And then it was these couple times leading up to the market cycle top. Those are the hottest times in Bitcoin's history. Literally, the most overbought. So what you want to do when the market is overbought is you want to be fearful. When the market is overbought, there is extreme greed, right? On this fear and greed index, we have 6 years of data in front of us. We got up to the 90 level. We've only done that 2 other times. Both of them were tops in the market, right? Whenever there is extreme greed, you want to be fearful, right? It's very hard to do because of human emotion, right? What you want to look at, we have this RSI coming down through this yellow zone. Is that a problem? Tilt your phone to the side and subscribe. Let's take a look, right? What we noticed is that this yellow zone on the weekly RSI, if we put it at 84, it tells a very strong story. Mark your charts on the weekly RSI at 84, and you can tell the story too. Here's how the story works. Bitcoin has these distinct phases. Every single time in phase 2, we were rejected at exactly this yellow line. 2012, phase 2, rejected at this yellow line. 2016, phase 2, rejected at this yellow line. 2020, phase 2, rejected at this yellow line. So what did our channel plan for in 2023? We planned for a rejection at this yellow line. And by the way, if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. We talk about the biggest moves. We prepared everybody for this crash. We prepared everybody for the market bottom when everyone was against us. That's what we do here. Hit that subscribe button. So we got rejected here. Great. Right on schedule. Just like clockwork. And we said, hey, when Bitcoin gets above this yellow line, it will be phase 3. Mark my words. So what did we do in 2012? As soon as we finally got above this yellow line, it was phase 3. 2016, as soon as we finally got above this yellow line, it was phase 3. 2020, as soon as we got above this yellow line, it was phase 3. So what were we expecting in 2024? As soon as we got above this yellow line, it would be phase 3. So what exactly is phase 3, you ask? Well, we'll go to a simple chart where I can show you with certainty the phases based on the Fibonacci retracement. If you go to your chart here and you go to Fibonacci retracement, you go from the swing high to the swing low, right? Or the highest price to the lowest price. And you put this on your settings like this. If you're on the log scale, click here. So every single time the market cycle bottom has resistance at the 0.38, right? Market cycle bottom, resistance at 0.38. 2020, market cycle bottom, resistance at 0.38. 2024, market cycle resistance at 0.38. Then we move into phase 1 of the bull, which builds directly on top of that. Then phase 1 of the bull, directly on top of that, 2020. 2024, phase 1, directly on top of that. Phase 2 always rallies to the exact same price, right up here on the fib level, the 0.78. 2016, that's what we did in phase 2. 2020, that's exactly what we did, rallied right to this exact level. 2024, is this time different? Oh my God, we have an ETF, things are crazy. No, this time is not different. Phase 2 rallied directly to this blue line. Now this is where it gets interesting. Phase 3 is a breakthrough of that blue line, and phase 3 flirts real hard with the all-time high or makes an all-time high. So as soon as we entered phase 3, we're in this zone here. We're in this zone here, and we are in this zone here. So phase 3, what were we supposed to do? Flirt really hard with the all-time high or make an all-time high. But the problem is this crashed through. So we look at the data and say, okay, is this time actually different? Like they always say that on social media, this time is different. Well, let's look at it because we know that we were rejected every single time in phase 2. What happened in phase 3? Now that you have a visual representation of phase 3, according to the Fibonacci, let's take a look. Phase 3, 2012, broke through here, flirted real hard with the all-time high or made an all-time high. And then, oh my God, it crashed through. Wow. 2016, phase 3, a breakthrough here, flirted really hard with the all-time high or made it, and then crashed through. Interesting. 2020, phase 3, breakthrough of this yellow line, flirted real hard with the all-time high or made it, and then crashed through. Oh my God, is this time different? No. We crashed back down through here. So what I want you to do is take a deep breath. Everything is fine. Don't overreact to prices going up. Don't overreact to prices going down. According to the facts and the charts, we are right on schedule. So why did Bitcoin crash, right? Why did we have this huge crash? Well, Bitcoin was just overextended. It had to do that. Every time in phase 3, we flirt hard with the all-time high or make an all-time high. By the time we get up there, the market's really overextended. It's out of breath. All the herd is buying and we lose steam, we lose momentum. Things can never just keep continuing up. It's never happened in the history of charts. And everyone say, oh, this time is different. ETF, we can just continue higher. We were at 88 on the weekly RSI, right? That can't continue up for several more months. We had to have a pullback. There had to be a correction. So how do these things happen? Well, smart money either watches my channel or they've studied the charts and they already knew. We put out a video literally when Bitcoin was above 73,000 calling for a crash, right? We already rolled the clip. We don't need to roll it again. You saw that. So did we have a magic crystal ball? No, we studied the facts in the charts and the charts were screaming, hello, we're really, really overbought. Pay close attention. And we looked at this chart here just to keep it really, really simple, right? We were, and this, by the way, is my custom indicator. It takes the 3 most important indicators to trade in and out of Bitcoin combined into one. It's incredibly powerful. And we were at one of the hottest levels in Bitcoin's history. There were only 4 other ones that were hotter, meaning overbought, overextended, right? We used this chart right here and we said, look, Bitcoin is really overextended. How overextended? It's the 5th most overextended of 14 years. We are going to see a pullback. Why? Because that's what we've done every time we entered this zone. We entered in 2011, had a big pullback. We entered here in 2013, had a huge pullback. 2013 December, huge pullback. You can see we've only been up here a few times, right? So what were we looking for? We were looking for curvature in this move, meaning we had our momentum up, up, up. We were looking for curvature to start going down. That will tell us a larger correction is coming. Now, keep in mind, out of the times we've been this overextended, 75% of them were literally a market cycle top. We have one data point where we got this hot or hotter and it wasn't a market cycle top. It's this one in 2013 when we had a 75% correction back to this blue line. Now, luckily for us, tilt your phone to the side and subscribe. We have this blue line, which I'm going to get to. Every single time we crashed down to that blue line when we were still in a bull market. Case in point, this data point right here, June 2017, big crash. Down to where? Down to the blue line. 2013, big crash. Down to where? Down to the blue line, right? So this blue line is going to help us. We're going to cover later in the show what I think is going to happen in terms of market structure. What kind of price could we anticipate? What kind of market structure are we looking at in terms of where are we going to stop falling, right? And if you're wondering, hey, will Bitcoin actually go back up? You know, is this going to be, is this it? Bitcoin will go back up. It's perfectly fine. This is incredibly healthy. Keep in mind, why are we crashing? Because we were really overextended. This is very normal. It's textbook, right? We've done it every single time in phase 3. Phase 3, we had this huge correction down to a 48 level of the weekly RSI, right? 2016, we had a crash down to the 54 level of the RSI. 2020, we had a crash all the way down here to the 42 level of the RSI. So this is normal, right? This is a complete flush out. But the problem is there's a lot of lies being spread as to why Bitcoin is crashing, which I really don't like. I need you guys to remain level-headed, not believe all this ridiculous stuff. This is normal. These crashes are healthy. This is going to be really good for Bitcoin. Where is it going to stop? We're going to talk about. But there's another warning here. This candle right in front of our eyes. So what we're looking at is a monthly chart. Bitcoin US dollar index on the monthly chart. This candle right here has not closed. However, as it stands right now, if the candle were to close right now, Bitcoin would have trouble for the next several months. This candle has superpowers that can affect the next several candles. Make no mistake about it. The candles have distinct messages hitting inside their formation. And this formation is saying, hey, Bitcoin's price went way, way up here, up to over 73,000. And then there was huge profit taking by very smart people. And that pushed us way down. Whenever you have this long wick like this in this little body, the body is the colored part. When you have this little body at the bottom and then a huge wick above it, and then you happen to find that at the top of a rally, watch the hell out. By definition, a Gravestone Dojo candle is found at the tops of rally. It has a large wick to the upside. It has a thin body and little or no wick at the bottom. By definition, a Gravestone Dojo candle represents a strong trend reversal, meaning price was going up. Guess what it's going to start doing? Going down. You may say, well, hasn't it already gone back down, Steve? We crashed from 73 down to whatever it was, 62. No. This candle has the power of the next several candles, okay? If Bitcoin were to close our monthly candle, keep in mind, this Gravestone Dojo has not printed. Let's be fascinatingly clear about that. This has not printed yet. This is a monthly chart. So is the month of March over yet? No. So we haven't printed this candle yet. If it were to close around where it is now, big trouble. Much bigger than you've seen so far. However, if Bitcoin were to get up and close up into the 65, 66 area, we have a bearish candle, but not nearly as powerful. If Bitcoin were to close potentially around the 61,000, 61,500, it could be even worse, right? So we're going to keep you updated on this monthly candle. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it. Let's get to more things in this video. We have a lot to get to, including where are we going to fall to? What structure am I looking at? And what strategy should you use to buy back in? These are two huge buckets that we need to discuss. But in terms of, hey, why is it crashing? We're just fine, right? Overextended, we talked about the extreme greed. We talked about the RSI levels. Let's get to the bottom of our chart here, the stochastic RSI. So on a weekly scale, if you just wanted to keep it simple, do this with your favorite altcoin. Put on the weekly chart and put on the stochastic RSI. Stochastic RSI is your momentum. What's the difference between the stochastic RSI and RSI? It's speed, really, right? I want you to think the RSI overbought, oversold. I want you to think the stochastic RSI momentum. But one other tidbit of information, which I haven't shared with you yet, is the stochastic RSI just moves faster, right? The RSI, it takes the RSI a long time to get up to the top and then come all the way back to the bottom, where the stochastic RSI comes up to the top, down to the bottom, up to the top, down to the bottom. So there are just more signals, right? This is our momentum, and our momentum is pointing down at the moment in a very strong manner, okay? So if you did this with your favorite altcoins and just looked to buy at stochastic RSI crosses up, I mean, you're already going to make significantly more money than you're doing now, because what you're doing now, there's no real strategy. You're just kind of guessing in hoping for the best and usually buying at the wrong time and then seeing the trade go against you. But if you just kept it really, really super, super, super simple, do it with your favorite altcoin now. Put on your favorite altcoin chart, put on the stochastic RSI, put it on the weekly chart, and look at, oh my God, if I just bought when we had a cross up, how would that trade have gone, right? If I just sold on the cross down, what would that look like, right? So little tidbit there. Now, if we look at it, this hasn't closed yet, right? But we're midway through the week and we're showing some strong signs. We talked about in the last video, this is a spinning top. And if you look at the next candle, if the next candle is bearish and the body closes below the spinning top, it's a very strong reversal formation pattern, okay? Further reversal pattern that we see forming in the monthly chart. This is the weekly chart. So everything is pointing to things could get a little bit worse, but we will remain level-headed. We'll talk about a little bit later in the show that structure that I am looking at, as well as a strategy for you. But make no mistake, candles not looking good. RSI not looking good, but relatively right on track. Stochastic RSI, definitely momentum to the downside potentially coming. What you want to do, we're on the weekly chart. If you want to say, okay, this hasn't closed yet, let's look for foreshadowing. Let's look at the 5-day chart. What happened there? Okay, crossed down, but still hasn't really broken that 80 level yet. 3-day chart. Okay, we had a cross down and barreled through the 80 level. So this 3-day will give you foreshadowing of what's coming on the monthly chart. Okay, so we just went down in time frame to see what are those smaller time frames doing, and then we can kind of reference our weekly chart to see where we're at. But make no mistake, tilt your phone to the side and subscribe. This indicator, by the way, I've been getting tons and tons and tons of comments about, hey, how do I get this indicator? This is custom indicator. If you want it, you can email me. It's not for sale right now on our website, but we can get a nice little package for you together. So you can send me an email, info@cryptocrewuniversity.com. But this is custom coded. This is perfect for my trading strategy. This is literally built on my trading strategy. So right now we've got curvature here. This closes in a couple days. We're looking at strong inclination of curvature happening here. Anytime that we entered this yellow zone and had curvature, we had at least a 35% correction. All right. So those are just the facts. Now, if we get to this monthly candle, we talked about the close there. It's not looking good at the moment, but the good news is we still have 11 days for the monthly close, and a lot could happen. But I just want to give you the price targets again. If we're looking at closing anywhere around 61,500 or anything just below 63,000, in between that range, it's going to print a Gravestone Dojo, and that will have the power to affect the next several candles. It will take some time for Bitcoin to recover, but not to worry, Bitcoin will go back up. It's not a huge concern. This is not the end of the world. We're just fine. Now, if we look at a different perspective here, Bitcoin US dollar index weekly chart, RSI weekly chart, got up to this level. It was exactly this level in February of 2021. That was called a double top, right? This was the top of the market and we just topped out there. This is our local top that we're in now. But just to put it in reference, we showed you this chart and we said, look, these arrows represent how many times we had been that high or higher. It's not many. So you always want to be greedy when everyone is freaking out, right? And you want to be scared crapless when everyone is so greedy, right? When we're up here, it's literally everyone's greedy. That's quite literally what it means, right? It's extreme greed. The herd never wins. The charts are undefeated. Just remember that. The herd never wins. If your opinion on Bitcoin is the same as everyone else's, you're in the herd, and the herd never wins. Don't do what they do. If you realize, oh my God, I was thinking like the herd, that's fine. I thought like the herd for years. I was so bad at trading when I got in. So there's hope for you, right? If I figured it out, you could figure it out, right? I was born to teenage parents and we battled welfare. I figured it out. You can figure it out too. This is proof, right? And I'm going to help you. Nobody is keeping you level-headed like I am in the markets, whether Bitcoin's going up, down, backwards, forwards. All through the bear market, I was keeping everybody level-headed, right? So now it's time to be relatively excited in the market, right? The price is going down, and we're going to put together a little strategy, right? So I'm going to give you this strategy, and then I'm going to give you a target of what we're looking at in terms of market structure, all right? So the strategy we told you was very simple, okay? Bitcoin is falling, right? What you want to do is never guess where we're going to fall to and miss a buying opportunity. Right now, as price is falling, this is going to represent a very good buying opportunity for the future, right? For this market cycle and all the future market cycles. So we want to keep it simple and basic with the strategy. Here's the strategy. Step number 1, I want you to decide how much money in total you can invest in Bitcoin. right? One number, simple and clean. Then what I want you to do is look for the 15 to 20% crash. As soon as we have a 15 to 20% crash, you're going to put in 20% of your money. So let's keep it simple. Let's say you say, hey, I want to put in $100 for Bitcoin, just to keep it simple, right? As soon as we reach that 15 to 20% correction, which we already did, you put in $20 of that $100. And then you wait. You wait for us to get to the next level. As soon as we crash between 20 and 30%, then you're able to put in 35% of your money. In other words, $35. So you put in $20 first, then you waited. As soon as we crash between 20 and 30%, you put in $35 more, and then you wait. As soon as Bitcoin crashes more than 30%, between 30 and 50%, you put in that rest of the $45, the rest of that 45%. Okay? This does multiple things. Number one, it keeps you level-headed. Number two, it removes all the guesswork. Number three, it removes all the stress. Number four, it guarantees that you're going to buy somewhere in this best time to buy. So you may be wondering, well, what if it crashes but not 30% and I miss out on that money to put in? Who cares? The point of the strategy is that you invest on the way down and you leave yourself a bigger room to buy if it crashes more, right? Once again, as I've said many, many times, my strategy is to buy at the market cycle bottom or finish up in phase one, right? I'm not messing around with a lot of stuff after that. And I know after, in the next cycle, you're going to want to do that. But if you didn't do that, and even if you did, this is a chance to add to your position. It's a great time to buy is when everybody is freaking out about Bitcoin's price going down. But again, Bitcoin has the potential to go down a lot more, and we're looking for confirmation mainly on the monthly chart with this candle, and then on the weekly chart with what we've got happening here. Now let's get to some market structure. I want to show you some simple market structure that I am looking at. Again, this is not me making a prediction. We don't make prediction videos. I'm not predicting, oh my God, Bitcoin's going to go to $42. We could care less about prediction videos. We talk about cold hard facts in the charts, period. So what are the facts? We've got strong market structure right here. What's the market structure and why did we choose this structure? Well, if you look at this swing high from over here, this pivot point from December 20th, 2021, that's the precise move that we had on the candle from February 12th, 2024. Same wick, same move, same area. So that is what I'm looking at. And then our following candle right here adds some market structure. So the top of this channel is at about 53. Okay, that's where you start seeing some structure. If you just look at it, we're on the 2-week chart. So we printed this huge candle. There's no structure that we made on the way up. And whenever you do that, there's usually no structure on the way down. So that's the first structure I'm looking at, is that 53 area, right? And at the bottom of that, we have to look for further structure. Okay, well, we've got the body of this candle from December 20th. We have the body of this candle from January 3rd, 2022. Then we have these two candles from May-ish 2022 that coincide with this huge wick here from January 1st, 2024, and coincide with the body here in January 29th, and the body here as support February 12, 2024. So this structure at the bottom is pretty strong, right? This structure at the top is kind of our first structure on our way down, and this bottom structure is pretty strong structure happening with multiple candles back in 2022 and multiple candles in 2023 into 2024, which is why this is the structure I'm looking at. So 53K about is the top, and down here at the bottom about 48K. All right, that's the structure I'm looking at. Now, is this me making a prediction that Bitcoin won't fall below 48 and will definitely fall to 53? Hell no. This is simple structure. These are facts in the charts. These are cold hard facts that this is a beautiful structure in Bitcoin. There's a lot of confluence in this structure, okay? So that's what I'll leave you with. hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and share this video and remain level-headed. Peace and love to the fellow underdogs. CryptoCrewUniversity.com. Scroll down here, huge discounts. Course bundle. Many of my students have become millionaires. Why? In the course bundle, you get my personal trading strategy. You want to be a day trader, swing trader, or buy and hold. The course bundle will change your life. Use it with Bitcoin, any altcoin, any stock, anything that has a chart for the rest of your life. Indicator bundle. You want the answers to the test? The indicator bundle sends you buy and sell alerts directly to your phone or email. Simple and easy. Financial Freedom Academy. If you're serious about financial freedom, there's nothing like this in the world. Step by step, how to use crypto to gain financial freedom. Sign up now, CryptoCrewUniversity.com.